and the floor is very squeaky. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jimmy here with the Fuji Xt1, and we're going to be talking about function buttons today. The Fuji Xt1 has six total function buttons for you to play around with and customize to your liking. Everyone's function button settings will be different, and the goal is to find out what works best for you. And if one day you want to switch it up, you can on an instant. I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. Okay, so let's go over where the six buttons are. Some of them are hidden and some of them are not so hidden. Here's the first one, right there. Okay, here is the other one, right on top. It actually says FN right there and Wi-Fi. And the other four are the directional pad buttons right there. Those four buttons that go around the menu are also function buttons. How cool is that, right? Right at your fingertips, you can assign, mix up, try different functions, and can really explore your camera's functionality. The six function buttons, as a review, the first one is right there. The second one is up on top. It says Wi-Fi there for now. As a side note, you don't have to have it used for Wi-Fi. I think they just put it there in case people don't realize they can use it for a different function and they don't want to miss out on the Wi-Fi. Okay, so you can assign that to whatever you want. But for right now, function button number 2 will be this. Function 3, 4, 5, and 6, the last four are right here. The directional pad surrounding the menu button. Okay, yes, you can use these to navigate the menu, going left, right, up, and down, but you can also use them for secret functionality and assign different cool things to those buttons. Let's get into it before I confuse you even more. Turn your camera on. And to get to the menu, press display back for about 2 seconds with your thumb. This isn't any ordinary menu here. This menu is for assigning your function buttons. Okay, it allows for total customizability and flexibility, and depending on every photographer, because everyone truly is different. Okay, ignore what I have here for now, the second column. I'm going to go here, function 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this futuristic screen here kind of has a picture of a front and back, and it outlines which button you're talking about at the time. So I'm going to scroll through it by pressing down, and you see function 3, function 4, 5, and 6. You don't really get confused about which function button you're assigning at the moment. All you have to do is look at the picture and see, oh, function 2 is referring to the one on top. Function 3 is referring to the top button, the left and the right, and the function 6 button is the bottom arrow. Simple enough, okay? Function 1, let's go ahead and see by pressing the right arrow what is available to assign. Man, there are a ton of them. The first one is bracket advanced setting. I'm going to get into this one a little bit. Here is a drive mode up here at the top left. Okay, by using this knob here, I can choose between bracketing mode, continuously high shooting, continuously low, single shooting, layered, advanced filters, and panoramic. Now in each of these, there are even more customizable parameters that you need to get familiar with. And to do that, you can go through your menu, or you can just go ahead and set it to your shortcuts. I have it set to the front one. So I'm going to go ahead and press that. Okay, now you see the letter DRV. Okay, so if I'm going to adjust the drive menu at any given time, I can just press there and get right into it rather than diving into the menu every single time. Now, if you don't use this menu all that often, you're not going to want to waste any functionality that in regards to that on that function button. I hope that makes sense. You want to find what works best for you. What else is there available? Preview depth of field. If you want to be able to do that before you shoot, assign it to one of your 6 function buttons. ISO auto setting, self timer, image size and quality. If you're always changing your size and quality of your images, you want to be able to assign it to one of the 6. Dynamic range, film simulation. I use this quite a bit because Fuji is known for their looks on film. I want to be able to use their JPEGs as much as possible, and having quick accessibility to that with my fingers that I assign, I can be inspired more often. White balance, AF mode, focus area, select custom setting that you've set. You can assign one of those to one of the 6 buttons we have available. Face detection, RAW, if you use those quite a bit, use one of the 6 buttons for those. wireless communication, which is Wi-Fi. Right now it's assigned for this one. And I actually kept it that way because it has the words Wi-Fi screen printed on there. But if you don't use Wi-Fi that often, as I mentioned, you can use something else and assign it to that button. Flash compensation. This is for if you use a lot of flash and you want to be able to adjust on the fly how much of a power, how less power you need. Shutter type and preview in manual mode, you can use that as well. Preview the picture in effect before you take the picture. That's pretty important. Lock setting, and that pretty much does it. As you can see, there are a ton of them here. So you want to choose and play with which one works best for you, and you can always switch it out at a later time. Let's press back. Now, function 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Remember, function 1 is the button out in front, as depicted in this picture. I'm going to press the right arrow, and I'm going to assign something to function 1, the button out in front. I want to be able to change these parameters here. If I'm in advanced filter mode, I want to be able to change it with my finger. So I'm going to assign the DRV to the front. And there you go. It actually says the letters DRV for function 1. Let's go to function 2. Okay, I'm going to press the right arrow. And right now it's set to wireless communication. As I said, you can change it to whatever you want, any one of these. I'm going to press OK, and now function number 2 has a Wi-Fi signal in front of it. So whenever I want to use the Wi-Fi, if I want to use my phone to transfer images or accept images or use it as a remote control for this camera, instead of hunting around in the menu looking for the Wi-Fi function, all I got to do is press this button. It's a fast and easy way to do it. Okay, I'm going to press back for now. I'm in picture mode. Okay, now I'm in live view right now. I'm going to go ahead and test out my function button. Remember, we assigned the first 2 function buttons. The first one was for the drive menu, and function button number 2 was for Wi-Fi. Let's see if it took. I'm going to press this button now. Remember, this button out in front will adjust whatever I'm picking out on here. So I'm in bracket mode right now. If I want to do some HDR stuff, whatever limited capability this camera has in HDR, I'm going to choose bracket right there. I'm going to press the front button out in front, the function button number 1. And you see here, a new menu has popped up. Because I'm in bracket mode, I can choose all these cool brackets. ISO brackets, plus and minus 1, plus and minus 2/3, plus and minus 1/3. Now I can get to the same menu by going through the menu right there, but it'll take a little bit of hunting around to find it. If I use this all the time, you might as well assign it to one of the function buttons out in front or in the back. Okay? Now, enough of bracket. Let's say I want to go ahead and use the advanced filters. I use this all the time, so I want to be able to have it easily accessed to change the parameters. Now just have it set to advanced right there. I'm going to press the button out in front again. Now I have all these cool advanced filters here. Again, this is totally accessible through the menu, but I have it set as a shortcut out in front. Look, I have low key, dynamic tone, soft focus, partial color red and orange, yellow. I use these all the time, green, blue, purple, and even this toy camera, which is very similar to an Instagram filter, miniature, top color, pop color, and lots of different cool things like that. Now, people always wonder how I got these cool images. Did you edit the crap out of them? No, I just use Fuji's, advanced filters. They're all really beautiful and they come out great. Press back. Here we are. Okay, I'm gonna go to single shooting mode right there. All right, now that we fully tested function 1 and we saw how easy it was to get to because I assigned it to the first function button, let's try function button number 2. I just pressed this button out in front. Out on top. It says Wi-Fi right there. And remember, that's exactly what I assigned it to. You can see right now it's trying to get into wireless communication with my phone. I don't have it set up right now, but that's what it's trying to do. If I wanted to get to wireless communication without this, I would have to get into the menu and find it that way, which is easy to do. But if you're always using Wi-Fi, all you gotta do go. Boom. Right there. Automatic wireless communication. So that's pretty much the gist of it, guys. If you want to go ahead and play around with this menu right here, all 6 function buttons, by pressing the display back button for 2 seconds, you can go ahead and assign any one of those functions to any one of the 6 function buttons on your camera. Okay? And just so you guys know, I'm going to make another video shortly after this explaining my settings and why I have them set that way. For example, the drive button, as I mentioned to you, is out in front. And I have the Wi-Fi button still on top. And I'll explain to you what the last 4 I have set and why I've set it that way. Okay, guys? Enjoy your new capabilities that you found out in your Fuji Xt1. And if you haven't been playing around with those function buttons they have available to you, it's time to get out of your comfort zone and try and play around with it. You will find that you'll use more functions in your camera and get a lot of cool, different looking pictures. You may even surprise yourself. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.